Pialimachiani, Shimopanaltikan, Tlamachtili Sempuali. Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 20 for our second season. We're gonna see a little bit more. So what we're gonna do in this episode is let's put that together a lot of the concepts that we've seen by reading. We're gonna be reading something. So we're gonna be reading the lyrics for a song played in the traditional son, which means son is a word for the songs in the Huasteca. They're accompanied today by violins and guitars and such. So let's analyze the song, analyze all the lyrics, so you can practice by also listening to songs. Okay. Someone titled it Xochipitzawak, which means thin flower. Technically, there's a lot of variations of this song, and this is a little bit different from other ones. This one's recorded around Huejutla, Hidalgo. So our variety specifically is from Chicontepec, Veracruz. Hidalgo is also in the Huasteca. It's just Hidalgo is the next door neighbor state to Veracruz. So it's just across the state division line, only about an hour away by bus. A couple words already might be different, but we'll explore it a little bit. So the first line of this song is Se vuelta nimitz wantatinechiliaya. Okay, so se vuelta means one time. Vuelta is a word for times, like how many times you do something. 2 times, me vuelta. 3 times, vuelta. Older Nahuatl had another way to do it, adding the word ending pa at the end, like sepa and ompa and eshpa. And it kind of got dropped at least in the Huasteca, for the word vuelta. So you could say next time, like I don't want to do it now, next time. You'll hear people say, se vuelta, next time. Temiki means to dream, or to dream something, or to dream of someone. So if they're saying nimitz, you're saying, I dream of you. But they have an extra key here, which is the past tense. Class 2 verb here. So it's the past tense, nimitz temiki. Temiki, which changes to temiki. One and ta, you. Tinech ihliyaya. Tinech means you were doing something to me. And what was it? Ihlia, which is to tell someone something. So it's not you were saying me, it's you were telling me. And the yaya tense means something you were doing. So you were telling an enemy. It's got all that the same. So one time I dreamt of you and you were telling me, Iwantatinech tenamiki, pampatatinech nekiyaya. Iwantatinech tenamiki, pampatatinech nekiyaya. So E1 is the same thing as one, which means and. Ta means you. Tinech tenamiki. Tenamiki means to kiss someone. Ten from your lips. Namiki means that they meet. So tenamiki. And it has an extra key here, which tells us it's another class 2 past tense. Tinech tenamiki. Pampa, because. Ta, you. Tinech nekiyaya. Because you loved me, or you wanted me. Here it's understood as loved. Neki, to want or love something. And yaya, which means you were doing it for a period of time. You used to, basically. You were loving me, or you used to love me. Keman na nimoyolohui para nimitzihtlanitti. So keman means when. Na, I. Nimoyolohui. So this is from the word yol ohuia, or yol ihuia. So yol ihuia is the same thing as yol ihlia, which means to think, or to think in your mind or in your heart. Yol ohuia can mean to console someone. So depends if you hear yol ihuia or yol ohuia. It can be a little bit hard to hear the difference. So nimoyolohuia would mean I consoled myself in the past. Nimoyol ihuia means I thought in my heart. But basically, he's getting the courage to do what comes next. Para means in order to. In order for what? Ni means ihtlaniti. Ihtlani means to ask for a woman's hand in marriage. So typically you have to get the parents' permission if you're doing it the proper way. And if you just run off and get married, it's considered that you're stealing the woman. So ni means ihtlani. Ni means ihtlaniti has the tito kiko that we saw. So I went, or I'm gonna go, in order to ask for your hand in marriage. So ni means ihtlaniti. And ihtlani basically means to ask a question, to ask for a favor. For example, the word tlahtlanilia means to ask someone a question. Ni means tlahtlanilis. I'm gonna ask you something. Shinech tlahtlanili. Ask me something. Se tlahtlanili. A question. One question. Kihtoji para ni pobre, wanashkana ni tekiti. Kihtoji para ni pobre, wanashkana ni tekiti. So I think we've seen all the words here except for maybe pobre, which means poor in Spanish. There's not really a word that means poor in Nahuatl. It's not typically part of that concept. There's words for suffering and living in misery and things like that, but not financially poor. You have to use a Spanish word. Ihtoa means to say something. Ki ihtoa means that she's the one doing it. She said it. She said it in the past because it's got the ki there. Kihtohki. The a changes into an h. And then we have the ki. Kihtohki. Para. She said that. So here para means that. Like he said that. He thought that. Para ni pobre. She said that I'm poor. One, and ashkana ni tekiti, and I don't work. She said I'm poor and I don't work. Wankinon nanikwalanki. Wankinon means and then. And then. You kind of see the word one in there, which means and. Wankinon na I nikwalanki. I got upset from the word kwalani. Amushikwalani would mean don't get mad. Amushikwalani. Nikwalanis, I'm gonna get mad. Nikwalanki, class 2, past tense. It happened. I got upset. Para kenke, for what reason? Why? Kenke means why. And para just adds to that. For why? For what reason? Ashkineki. Ashkineki. So that's the word neki plus ki. Ashkineki. But when you put it all together, ashkineki, double case, sound like an H. Ashkineki means she didn't want to. Ash didn't, and ki past tense. She didn't want to. So I got mad. Why didn't she want to? Semesa nani tlalanki, ni tlapalok ishtlaneshtli. Semesa nani tlalanki, ni tlapalok ishtlaneshtli. So they put the object first here. So a table I picked up. From the word tlalana, past tense, niktlalanki. I picked it up in the past, niktlalanki. A lot of class 2, you'll see class 2 is very common. I picked up a table. Niktlapalok ishtlaneshtli. So ishtlaneshtli, from the word nesi means to appear. Tlaneshtli, something that appeared. And then ish, which means the face. So the face of this thing that appears, in other words, it means its appearance, its surface. And tlapalok is kind of a mystery. When native teachers told me, it sounds like it's a different form of saying the word tlapana. And tlapana is very common. Tlapana means to chip or to crack something. So tlapana, I crack it, I break it, I split it. So basically, he picked up a table and broke it in 2 pieces. He was so mad. Motata monana choka, pampatati Pampatati monamikti. So motata monana means your dad, your mom. In other words, your parents. Choka, they cry. It's got an H. Pampa, because. Ta, you. Ti monamikti, from the word monamiktia, which means to get married in a church. Monamiktia, the proper quote unquote marriage, complete, that kind of marriage is monamiktia. From namiki, remember that namiki means to kiss someone. Namiki means to encounter someone. So you cause each other to encounter each other in the church, which is the metaphorical way of saying to get married. So if you're going to say, I'm going to get married, ni monamiktis. And no, it's not related to the word miktia, which means to kill someone. It's from the word namiki, to encounter something. Iwanani kislia amochoka, pampana ashkana ni mihki. And I tell her, or I tell them, or I tell someone, amochoka, they don't cry or don't cry. Pampana, because I, ashkana ni mihki, because I didn't die. I tell them not to cry because I didn't die. In some varieties of the song, they say, ashkana ni monamikti, I didn't get married, so don't cry because I didn't get married. Or sometimes they say, don't cry because I didn't die. So it kind of depends on how you hear that last word there. Namansin is the same thing as naman, which means today or now. And sin adds more respect, so like right now or now. So right now, nimits tlaskamati. So tlaskamati means to thank someone. Remember the word tlaskamati means thank you. Nimits tlaskamati, I thank you. Pampaya, because already. So ya can mean now, already, or he or she. So here, it probably the context tells us it means now. Nimitsilkawa. Nimitsilkawa. Ilkawa, kawa means to leave something, and il or eli means your liver. Or okay, so you leave your liver means that you forget. You forget something or forget someone. So I left my liver for you, basically, means I forgot you. So now I thank you because now I'm forgetting you. Monamik is another word that means your spouse. Namik, again, namiki, monamiktia, so monamik, your spouse. Yakit, he supposedly, tlamati, knows about stuff, from the word mati. Tlamati means to know stuff. Temati would mean to know people. So he knows stuff, basically maybe implying he found out. Wankitaki, and he came to see, and he saw basically, or same thing as kitak, he saw, but kitaki means it's that tito kiko ending. So he came to see. Tlauchpana means that someone is sweeping. Tlauchpana. Same thing as tlachpana. Tlachpana, to sweep. Tlaochpana or tlachpana. It's the same thing. So your husband found out and he saw that someone was sweeping. But a native teacher tells me that the word sweep here probably means, it's a metaphor, meaning it was a sweep. It was a failed attempt. It was a fail, basically. It was just a sweep. Failed and forgotten. Okay, so what I'll do next is put the song up and y'all can hear all the pieces. Hope you've enjoyed this series. There's always more to learn. More vocab, especially more small minor grammar points, but all the big grammar points. We were a bit grammar heavy in this season and these 2 seasons. Of course, I do want to explore other methods of getting y'all to practice Nahuatl, more dynamic ones. It's not how these PowerPoints wouldn't be how I would teach someone in person. I would actually just do practice and guided practice, certain drills and things like that. But for this, for YouTube, for videos, for something that can be here, preserved, It's just think of this series as another resource for y'all. But again, anything y'all want to see, types of vocab, I still want to teach y'all, other things more in the future. We got classical Nahuatl that we can get into, compare Huasteca to other modern varieties of Nahuatl, so you can not just learn how to communicate with 500,000 people, but over 1,000,000 people who speak different varieties of Nahuatl. Sounds big, but in a country of 100 million, it's only 1% of the population. So we got that we can do. We got more songs y'all could learn from, the stories y'all could learn from, breakdown of its meanings. We could do interviews with people, a lot of exciting stuff that we can have. More vocabulary, specializing in different areas. Want to teach y'all a little bit about, we could put history and language together so we can see that. So that's it for now. Hope you all enjoyed everything. Tlaxcamati.
Papa